Engel, owner of Copilot Dog Training in Sonoma County, California. And this is instructional video 2, which goes along with the Companion Dog 2 and Small Dog 2 classes. We're going to show losing the lure for sit, and I'm going to show you find it with a head snap, and I'm going to show you the back away, step forward, and the back away, turn away training techniques for teaching loose leash walking. So just a reminder that when we train with food, as in luring, Foster, when we have food in our hand, yes, Foster free, and it's the movement of the food that gets the dog into position. As soon as the dog is very familiar with the lure and the gesture works very smoothly, we need to get the food out of our hands, because it's a very important step with food training that we want to explain to the dog. Now that you know the behavior, it's not necessary for you to see a piece of food in order to do it. So we're going to go over how to lose the lure. So here, you just saw me lure Foster. Here is my reward treat in my other hand. I'm going to do the same behavior, the same gesture with Foster. I'm going to mark him when he sits, and I'm going to feed him from the other hand. So there's no food in this hand now. Foster, let's go. Foster, sit. Yes, good boy. Foster, free. So he didn't need to see the food in my hand. If your dog is already sitting on a verbal cue, try very hard not to have your cue look like this. Foster, sit. Yes. Good boy. Foster free. Instead, keep your hand out of the bait bag, ask for the sit, mark, and then reach into the bait bag and reward. So it would look like this. Foster, sit. Yes. Good boy. Very good. Foster free. So no visible food when you give the cue. Find it with the head snap. Find it with the head snap is the beginning of teaching come when called, but we're not using our recall cue yet. I'm using a light colored treat to throw on the carpet so it's really visible. Remember, you'll have 2 treats in your hand. This is what it looks like. Foster, find it. Foster, yes, good boy. So I send Foster out, I cue him to find it and throw the treat out. When he's still facing away from me, but he's done chewing, I say his name 1 time. He turns and looks at me, and I mark that eye contact. I mark the head snap or the head turn with yes. And as he's coming to get his treat, I back away, I verbally encourage him, and I feed him nose height so he doesn't have to jump, and with my hand right on my legs. I want him as close to me as possible. So here it is again. Find it with the head snap. I've got my throwing treat. I've got my reward treat. Foster, find it. Foster, yes. Good boy. It's just that simple. That's your homework. Loose leash walking techniques, the back away, step forward, and the back away, turn away. Back away means, let's go, sweetie. I'm backing away from my dog. So back away. Here is my treat that I'm going to use to reward Foster. I'm going to back away and then step forward. As soon as Foster turns and is directly beside me, I will mark him. When he gets into position beside me, I will stop and feed him his reward treat. So, Foster, let's go. Good. Yes. Good boy. Foster free. 1 more time. Buggy. I'm going to back away. Let's go. Step forward. Yes. Mark and reward him when he turns and gets right beside me. We're just setting him up over and over again to come back towards me, turn and find the yes zone. Back away, turn away, same thing, except I'm going to turn away from him instead of stepping forward. Come here, sweetie. Yes. Good boy. One more time. Back away. He's getting tangled up in his leash. I'm going to start him over. Back away. Turn away. Yes. Mark him when he gets beside you. Stop and feed him a treat when he's still in position. Again, this technique is going to turn into the most useful loose leash walking technique I have to show you, which next week we're going to learn going nowhere fast, which in essence means if your dog pulls, you back up until they get close to you and the leash gets loose, and then at that point you can go, okay, let's try again, and walk forward on a loose leash. So that's it. Have fun training, and I will see you next week.